bet I slept in last night because I was studying and working until about 4 a.m. I want you to know that. Good morning, Renee. It's Monday, September 24th, 2004. 12. It's 2012, not 2004. What am I thinking? And on this day in history, the Judiciary Act of 1789 was passed by Congress and signed by President George Washington, establishing the Supreme Court of the United States as a tribunal made up of 6 justices who were to serve the court until death or retirement. Last night, while I was attempting to Skype you because Skype won't work, I wrote my response paper to the book, The Killer Inside Me, by Jim Thompson, who is one messed up dude, for my looking at monsters in literature class. And we just finished The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which I really, really liked. You can, like, see all of my, oh, some shit. I took really extensive notes. But, I gotta say, I really, really liked it, because I grew up, like most people in the world, or just in America, or who grew up in general, already knowing the main plot, that Jekyll and Hyde are the same person, and they got that way through, like, experiments, and you always see, like, there's the guy, and he drinks the bottle, and then he becomes this hideous person. And, you know, we know the plot already, but I had never ever read the book. And so, in the book, you don't know that Jekyll and Hyde are the same person until, like, the very end. And there's foreshadowing throughout the thing that they're, like, the same person, but like, the ending is really super shocking. So, while I was reading it, I kind of felt robbed. Oh, because that would have been, like, an awesome, mind-blowing, like, what? They're the same person? What? But society just robbed that from me. But, like, I would have had an awesome, mind-blown feeling that I won't have now, because when I was a child, I saw Bugs Bunny's completely incorrect rendition of the story. So, you should read it if you find the time. It's really well written. I probably won't give you my copy because I know how you hate reading copies of my books that I've just destroyed. But it's pretty cheap. I think this one was like $8, but I got mine used at Boxcar Books. I really like that bookstore. It's kind of nice. But back to my response paper. My teacher wants us to focus on a particular section of the book and not the idea. As he has explained this, he wants us to point something out that maybe confuses us, or we like a lot, or something that makes us really, really mad. Like, words. So this sort of reminds me of last year when my English student teacher for Mr. Hayes' class, Mr. Howard, told us about the kinds of ridiculous things that English teachers would focus on in college. And he told us about how one of his teachers had spent an entire class period on how Shakespeare's Hamlet begins with the guard Fernando asking, "Who's there?" And how the audience must ask, "Who is there?" Which, of course, I then wrote. In my copy of Hamlet. And I do that, of course, because I made a ridiculous English teacher material. So, do you remember this book? Do you? I saw it at a bookstore the other day, and I was like, I have that book. Why do I have that book? It doesn't look interesting to me at all. Brittany, on January 5th, 2011, you and I went to the last days of the Borders bookstore in our hometown of Bloomington, Indiana, and we bought a shit ton of books. There was a lot of copies of Forest Gate, and yeah, I think it like a whole table was covered with these books, and they were like $2 a piece or something. Which, if you look at the back, it says they were originally $14. So I think we really gypped that guy. But we each got one and said that we would read it and talk about it with each other. And we have yet to do this. Mainly because we don't want to read books together, because we're not good at reading books together. I'm really slow and you're really fast, and we have really different opinions about what's important in books when we read them, and we just don't ever do it. So I think that we should try to do it. So I'm suggesting we read this book and talk about it. You can by tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.